So let's make sure to be very alert. Now, very fast, let me quickly announce that next week, okay, so this time is not correct. I think the graphics team is going to do more. It's not 9 p.m., it's 9 a.m. Take notes. EBC live beginner section is not 9 p.m., it's 9 a.m. next week, Thursday and Friday. So if you are in the house, you don't really know much about trading, or you want to get more knowledge about trading, we're going to be having this section next week, Thursday and Friday by 9 a.m. CPI also is going to be happening today by 2 p.m. And this is the reason why we are here. Now, the first thing you want to understand is what is happening around the global financial markets right now. Let's quickly go and check what's happening on the charts. And we can see already, even before the news, the market has started reacting already on gold. Look at this massive movement on gold already on the 5 minutes time frame. Let's quickly move to the H4 time frame to look at this. Now, gold is still trading around this region. And with what I'm seeing right now, guys, that's like what I said last week, Friday. Most likely than not, the price of gold is going to be pushing up again. Most likely than not. There's every tendency to break another higher high. Gold is on a streak of breaking higher highs right now, which means that most likely than not, we might be seeing, even when the news is, we might be seeing price still going up. So for today also, I want to be careful. For the buy stop and sell stop on gold, we might just be looking at a buy stop also today, because even if the news is the other way around, one way or the other, traders or sentiments of traders will just find its way to push gold to the upside, even when dollar is strong. All right? But Euro USD on a daily time frame is not looking bad. This is what Euro USD is doing. And we've been seeing this consolidation. Price has been very slow today, guys. Look at this. This is the entire movement on Euro USD today. Price has been very, very, very slow. Price is very, very slow. And most likely than not, for Euro USD, it's possible that we are going to be seeing a downward push in price. There's a high possibility that we're going to be seeing a downward push in price for Euro USD. However, we're going to be doing buy stop and sell stop. But my preference for Euro USD for the news is a downward push, because you can predict to a large extent what the news is going to look like from what the chart is looking like. Because remember, the chart is a reflection of what is in the mind of buyers and sellers. So the sentiment of buyers and sellers in the market, contributes a lot to what chart looks like, or what the chart pattern begins to look like. So from what I'm seeing right now, the sentiment looks like a sell-off on Euro USD. The sentiment looks like a sell-off on Euro USD. Currently, dollar is even strong right now, and we are seeing price actually pushing to the downside on Euro USD already. And it's just as if it's waiting for the news for as a confirmation. You get my point, right? So it's as if the news is a confirmation. I would have loved it if CPI today was just one, and not month in, month out, year in, year out, and all that. If it was just a single CPI news event, it would have been very, very sweet, right? It would have been very, very sweet. That's why I like it when it is just one news. Apart from NFP, anytime, for example, if FOMC is 3 FOMC minutes, FOMC statement, FOMC press release, most times I don't trade it, because the news can be very, very contrasting in such a way that they could be going the opposite direction, and then market begins to move up and down, a lot of volatility here and there. If you're having a buy stop and sell stop, you could be trapped, if you don't know what to do or how to go about it. Anyway, so for Euro USD, my preference is a sell, although we're going to be doing a buy stop and a sell stop. For USD JPY, if you look at what USD JPY is doing right now, there's a massive consolidation going on in 15-minute time frame. And this is good, guys. This is really good, because it gives us some very good entry for a buy stop and a sell stop as well. All right. But most likely than not, also USD JPY, most likely than not, is going to be a buy. Okay, gold on the other hand, I've told us what to expect for gold. So I'm going to be moving down to GBP USD. For GBP USD, I'm expecting price to actually, still sell. Just like what I'm expecting in Euro USD, I'm expecting price to sell on GBP USD. And you can already see this happening. Price has broken this structure, and then it's coming here to retest this particular point. And the news is going to be coming out in the next few minutes. And, it just looks so good for a sell-off. So good for a sell-off. So even if the news already, even if the news is the opposite, price could decide to go up and then eventually bounce back to the downside. So we are expecting price to sell off on GBP USD, even though we're going to be doing a buy stop and a sell stop. All right, so let's quickly go and look at the news itself to really see what we need to expect. So let me filter Let me just filter this to just only the major news so that we can have just the major news on the screen. Okay. Apply filter. All right. So these are the major news that we have for today. By 2:30, which is in the next few minutes right now, we're going to be having CPI, core CPI, CPI month in, month out, and CPI year in, year out, right? So what does CPI means? What does it mean? Let's quickly look at the details, and let's also, so for some of you that don't understand what CPI means, right? So that you understand what we are trying to do or why this is very important. So this is Consumer Price Index, and what it talks about is the prices of food and services. Prices of food and services, right? Now, what it means is that if we are looking at the price of food and services, it also talks about inflation. So inflation is a big thing in the United States right now, coupled with the fact that there's a lot of internal and external issues happening around the United States. Don't forget, and that is the major concentration of buyers and sellers. So CPI or no CPI, that's what I'm saying. Even if CPI is good, whether it's good or bad, gold would still likely go up, because the major concentration for investors right now is not just CPI. It's also centered around what is happening around the United States in terms of their internal crisis and issues of war that they're having with Greenland. Trump declared himself as interim president or acting president of Venezuela, the other day, and there's a lot of things happening around the United States right now. So there's a lot of tension that gold can be feeding off. Okay, so whether the news is good or is bad, I'm telling you that gold would likely still push to the upside. Now, the major thing that we need to look at for is the actual and the forecast. Is the actual and the forecast. So what is actual and forecast? Now, this is the actual of last. This is the last one we had. This was the previous one. So we had about 0.2%. All right, for core CPI, and then 0.3% for CPI month in, month out, and then 2.7% for CPI year in, year out, right? So the forecast for today is that we're going to be getting a 0.3%, which is higher than the previous. All right, so we're going to be getting a 0.3% for core CPI. We're going to be getting a 0.3% for CPI month in, month out, which is the same thing as the previous. And we're going to be getting a 2.7%, for CPI year in, year out, which is the same thing as the previous. Now, if the actual is greater than the forecast, then we can say that the news is good. So if core CPI comes out right now and the actual is actually greater, let's say we have like 0.6 or 0.4 or 0.5, right, which is very good compared to the previous and compared to the forecast, then we can say, okay, core CPI was good. If CPI month in, month out also comes out in the same vein, maybe 0.5, 0.6, even 0.4, we can say it was good. If CPI year in, year out comes out as 3%, or 2.8%, 2.9%, we say it was good. Now, if this 3 comes out positive, 3 of them at the same time comes out positive, ladies and gentlemen, dollar is going to be strong, right? And for a short period of time, it's going to be pulling down. Even gold is going to be pulling down gold. There's going to be a spike to the downside. Even if price is going to reverse later on, there's going to be a spike to the downside first. Okay, for Euro USD, there is no question asked. Price is going to be pushing down massively. GBP USD, the same thing, because already dollar is stronger than those two instruments right now. There's a lot of strength. There's a lot of, you can see this chart is already going down already. It's already on a downward trajectory. So once the news comes out to support that trajectory, it goes down even more, and there is no question asked, right? Now, don't forget, we can have 2 of these news to be positive, while 1 is negative. If 2 of them is positive and 1 is still negative, well, generally speaking, it's still a positive news. Okay, like last week Friday, we had one of the news to be positive. One was negative, 1 was positive, and I think the other one was just, it was neither negative or positive, right? So it tells me already that generally the news is bad. All right, it was only non-farm employment change, if I'm not mistaken, that was good, if I remember correctly. So what it means is that by 2:30 right now, we expect that either there are 3 actual things that could happen, or three things that could happen with the actual. The actual could all be good, the actual could all be bad, or we could have some mixed results. I try to avoid those mixed results, but there's nothing we can do about it, because most times when it is mixed, then we begin to see a lot of spike to the upside and to the downside at the same time. All right. Now, that being said, this is already 2:18 already. I want to give us 2 minutes to quickly ask questions. If we have any questions, comments, by 2:20, I want us to quickly go and start setting up our trades. Do you have any question based on what I've just explained now? Anything that probably is confusing? Maybe you've traded news before and it was a little bit confusing. You couldn't get, you couldn't go ahead to do it on your own, and you want to ask some questions to see if you can get some clarity over some issues you had. You can go ahead. Do we have any questions? All right. So if there are no questions, let's quickly look at what the market is doing, guys. Let's start from Euro USD. So Euro USD already, we can see what price is doing on the daily time frame. I'm gonna mark these 2 points on the daily time frame and see. Let's mark here our zone of interest 1, zone of interest 2, and I'm moving down to 15 minutes time frame. On the 15 minutes time frame, we can see already. So this is where I'm expecting price to actually get to, even if there's going to be a reversal. However, while we are waiting for that to happen, we can go for a sell stop around this point. The thing is, we still have a lot of time for price to get here, and I don't want us to be spiked out. So what we can do is to go for a sell stop around here. Is this not? Let me see. Please hold on. Let me see 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Okay, this is not bad. It's not bad. It's good. It's good. So a sell stop around there is not bad. A sell stop around there is not bad. Our buy stop is going to be around this point. This is not also bad for a buy stop. And then our stop loss for this trade is going to be in the middle. So guys, I'm giving you the entry prices for Euro USD right now. Euro USD entry price. So for the sell stop, which is the first one we're going to be doing, sell stop, our entry is going to be at, our entry for sell stop on Euro USD is at 1.16407. 1.16407. Our SL on this trade is going to be at 1.16612. Our TP is going to be at 1 point. Yeah, so this TP now, I don't want us to take this one. Let's go with this one. 1.16244. However, once the trade triggers, you don't need to wait for TPO. Make sure that you jump out of that trade. You don't need to wait for TP. Okay, so entry price for buy stop is going to be at 1.16612. TP is going to be at 1.16729. Like I said, you don't need to wait for TP. Stop loss is at 1.16407. So we can see some level of volatility already coming into the market. So I've dropped Euro USD, guys. I've dropped Euro USD. You can see some level of volatility already coming into the market right now, which is looking good. I'm moving on to USJPY very fast. USJPY straight to the point. I can already see some major levels that we can take advantage of already. This is only 15 minutes time frame. So USJPY, JPY. Sell stop is going to be at Our entry is 158. 158.708, 706. Our SL is at 158.832. And buy stop, USDJPY buy stop. Our entry is going to be at 158.983. SL still remains the same, 158.832. TP is opened, so you can leave the TP opened. You don't need to. You can leave the TP opened. You don't need to really. Yeah, you don't need to. You don't need to have a TP. I'm going to GBP USD now. GBP USD also looking very good. I can see this major point. Price is trying to. GBP USD can be very volatile, so I'm just going to push it a little bit down. Can be very, very volatile during the news. So 15 minutes time frame. Yeah, so we can see what price is doing around that point. Price can be very volatile during the news period, so we want to be very careful. For GBP USD, we want to be very careful. I think I'll go with this instead. And then we can have our stop loss around this point. So GBP USD, our sell stop entry price, our entry is going to be at 1.34409. That's our SL. Or let me just give us the buy stop together, and then I'll give you the SL. Entry is at 1.3477, no, 4744, right? Yeah. And then our SL for both of them, both SL is at 1.34584. Okay, so if you want to take your trades now, you can quickly go and set up your trade. We've done Euro USD, we've done USD JPY, we've done GBP USD, and I'm waiting to do gold. We're looking at gold right now, but I'm not going to be doing gold until maybe 3 minutes to the news. So guys, you can, if you are trading currencies, you don't need to trade all of them. Like I said last week, Friday. You don't need to trade all of them, like I said last week, Friday. Just pick the one that you know you're comfortable with. Pick the one that you know you're comfortable with. Somebody's asking me a question about buy stop and sell stop. So just hold on, let me quickly log into through my Zoom on my phone so I can share my screen from my phone and you can see what it looks like. So the buy stop and okay, sorry, sell limit and sell stop. All right, I get you. I'm going to explain it now. Now, what is sell limit and what is sell stop? The difference between sell limit and sell stop is quite simple. One of the things that you need to understand is that when you are using a sell limit, what you are saying is that price is going up. So let's go to a new chart. So this is gold right now. So let's say I'm expecting price to get here before it will sell. So, and this is where price is right now. Price has not gotten here yet. But I know that if price gets here, there's every tendency that after price gets there, it's going to bounce off that point and sell because this is a level of resistance, right? Now, I can't use a sell stop here because a sell stop has to be below price because this place I want to sell from is above price. I'm expecting price to go up to get to that point, like a ceiling, and then drop from that ceiling. I cannot use a sell stop because a sell stop has to be below. A sell stop is that it is already dropping. Once it breaks a particular point in that same movement to the downside, I enter using a sell stop. But a sell limit, on the other hand, is that it is going up, but I know it's not going to go up for a long time. When it gets to this ceiling, the strength will fail and then it will start dropping. That is where I enter my sell stop from. So sorry, my sell limit from. So my sell limit is above price. I want to sell above price because I'm assuming that when price gets to a particular point above it, this is the current market price. This is above the current market price. But when it gets here, I'm expecting price to drop. I will do a sell limit. But a sell stop is that it's already dropping already. And then I can say, okay, when it breaks this particular point, let's say when it breaks here, for example, once price breaks 4,566.93, it's already coming down. So once it breaks there, I will enter my sell stop. That one is going to be a stop, like a bus stop. You're waiting for price to break. But a limit is where you're saying, okay, it's not going to go above here. And when it gets here, I want to sell. Guys, it's almost time. So let's quickly set up our gold on gold very quickly. I'm going to be doing a buy stop on gold, like I said earlier. Let me push 5 minutes time frame. Guys, do a buy stop on gold. 46. Our entry price is at 4613.32. Our stop loss for this trade is going to be around here, 4603.50. I'm setting up mine now. Trade, buy, stop, price. 4613.32. Stop loss is at 4603.50. My trade is set, guys. My trade is set. So if this goes down and doesn't trigger this trade, it's fine. No problem. I will get out of the trade. I'm not going to lose money. I don't know. It's not going to be triggered. But let's see how it goes. Please, if you're on your chart right now, you don't need to be on the Zoom with me. You need to be on your chart. Make sure that you minimize your Zoom while you're listening to me. Go back to your chart and check so that by the time your trade is triggered and is in profit, you can close it very quickly because this can be very volatile. All right. So let's quickly do the countdown. It's already 2:29, 11. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The news is out. Let's quickly see what the news looks like. Still pending. So gold is already pushing up, guys. I told you, gold is already pushing up. Euro USD is in profit. It has closed. I hope it didn't trigger both. Euro USD has closed. It has even broken. USD JPY, massive profits. USD JPY is a massive profit. It has already closed already. USD JPY sell stop closed. That's the issues. These are the issues. GBP USD also in profits for the buy stop. Gold is already in profit, guys. I'm already in $51 profits, but still very small. Let's go and look at what the news looks like. It's still loading. Let me quickly refresh this. Okay, so the news generally was not good. It was not good, guys. The news generally was a little bit bad. It was not good. And that's why we saw this price movement pushing to the upside. But the issue, okay, this is good. So Euro USD has already triggered take profits. We made profit on Euro USD, profits on USD JPY, and GBP USD also gave us profits. But the only one that I had issues with was gold. Gold is still, it has triggered the buy stop, gave us some level of profit, about $50. Gave me some level of profit because I took it to 0.5, and right now is still not in profit yet, and I'm still expecting price to push up. So guys, if you took Euro USD or USD JPY or GBP USD and you made profits, please can you drop a comment for me very fast so I know, while we are still waiting for gold to see what it wants to do. Let me just quickly know how many of us took those trades on those currency pairs. All right. Apart from Madam Linda, is there nobody nobody took any of these trades so that I know very quickly, so that we'll know if we're going to stop having these sections very fast. How many of us took these trades on Euro USD, USD JPY, and GBP USD, and you made profit? Please let me know so I know how many of us took it. Mr. Jonathan, you're still on gold. Gold is still going to go up. It's still pushing. It's still going to go up. So let's just see what price does around that point. Apart from Mr. Jonathan, how many other people took these trades? Mr. Henry also still waiting for gold. Okay. He's still pushing. Let's see what's going to happen around that point. Any other person who took trade on currency pairs? Currency pairs. Gold is going back into profit, guys. So let's be alert. Please be alert. Currency pairs. Okay. Mr. Adesoji said I did on GBP USD and Euro USD. Did you make profit, Mr. Adesoji? Did you make profit? Guys, gold is going back into profits. Almost there. We are already at break even. It's just kissing it and coming back. So let's see. Let's see what price is going to do. Let's see what price is going to do. All right. So any other person took these trades? Any other person took these trades? Gold is in profits. Okay, it has gone back down. It's still fluctuating. Let's see what's going to happen. I think the next candle is going to be a determinant of what's going to happen around gold. The next candle is going to determine very fast what we are going to be seeing on gold. This is, I'm on the 5 minutes time frame, right? So in the next 5 minutes candle is going to determine what's going to happen on gold. All right, so guys, are we saying it is only, let me quickly pause this.